everybody, and welcome to Manchester Memorial High School. It's the girls lacrosse New Hampshire Division I championship game, and what not big surprise here, Bedford against Bishop Guertin again, Tom.
Well, Bedford against BG in terms of just these two schools always seem to collide in tournament play, but they haven't met in a championship in this sport, I don't believe. Last year, Bedford lost to Souhegan and in a tight game. That game was played at Southern New Hampshire University. These two teams, John, I don't know if a lot of people expected them to be in the finals. Bedford comes in at third seed. They're 16-3. BG 14-5 as the fourth seed after winning 2 tournament games. The big upset for both of them, Bedford knocked off Souhegan, whom they had lost to in overtime during the regular season. And BG, after a lackluster regular season performance against Pinkerton, just throttled Pinkerton in the semifinals the other night. And here they are. The Cardinals were 4-3 back in the last week in April. And I'll tell you what, John, I didn't think I was looking at a state finalist back then.
Or a potential state champion.
And they lost to all the good teams. They had lost to Souhegan, they had lost to Pinkerton, and a few weeks later they lost to these same Bulldogs in a close game at Bedford on a Saturday afternoon. So, to me, you just take everything and say, okay, in the tournament, anything goes, and that's what's happened. Souhegan's out, Pinkerton's out. These two are in. I'm looking for a back-and-forth game that's going to be very close.
That's Tom King. I'm John Collins. It is my first game calling at Memorial High School Field, the turf field.
It's a nice facility here, John. As you see, we have a lot of room in the press box. It's not bad. The only problem we have is the sun is right at us, and it's cloudy everywhere else.
Yeah, so that's casting some shadows. Most problematically on the uniform numbers from distance. We can tell you that taking the face-off right now for Bishop Guertin is Lindsay Holt, number 17, and she's listed as only a freshman. So a lot of confidence Carrie Gobiel has in the
we saw Lindsay Holt in hockey, remember?
Yep.
And she was their best player, I thought. So we're going to go at it. Now remember, John, this is a face-off, right? A draw, they call it in girls lacrosse. That's the most important play in the sport because possession is everything in girls lacrosse.
Mackenzie McEachern comes away with the hard fought for loose ball. We have our first stoppage of play and a reset here as the Bedford Bulldogs will have their first chance to score a goal.
This is a Bedford team that thought they should have won it last year. They didn't. They lost to the Sabres in Souhegan. They have a second chance at it.
Yeah, you were talking about the upset in the semifinals. Souhegan was seeking the repeat, and they will not.
And Bedford got their revenge.
In goal for Bishop Guertin is Grace Young, the senior, number 24. Vigilant as they'll restart play here. Ball just 10 yards away. Instead of going for the quick shot, Mackenzie McEachern takes it back out.
It's funny, Kerry said to me earlier in the week that that every loss should be a teaching tool. Use it to your advantage. And Guertin has done that as they've advanced in the tournament and got hot late in the season with their only loss to this team, Bedford.
Well, you mentioned 4-3 at the end of April. Tremendous job of adjusting and recalibrating and getting better to get to this point.
Yeah, I think that what they did was they reworked the offense a little bit, but they also, I think, had to focus a little bit more on defense. They were very vulnerable defensively the first half of the season.
Bedford trying to find an opening in that BG defense right now. We're 0-0, game just underway. As you can see, 25-minute halves. We're about 2 minutes in. Bedford trying to penetrate the BG defense.
That's great defense there by the Cardinals. Double-teaming the player with the ball.
Amelia Pearson.
And look at that. Young right there on Pearson. Puts her stick up and gets the ball right in the basket. But the call is going to go against BG.
Oh, it is. Official finds a defensive violation, and again, let's see if Bedford wants to shoot it here from in close instead of take it back out. They do. Misses wide to the left.
Yeah, Young got a piece of it, I think, and it slipped off to the side. But again, they've got the ball. Remember, in girls lacrosse, it's running time, basically running time, except for after goals and in the last 2 minutes when they call infractions.
Tom mentioning the importance of the draw to gain possession. And Bedford's had the ball since the game started, Tom. And almost 3 minutes gone into the game because they won that opening draw.
Right.
Sets the tone here early. Another great opportunity for the Bulldogs. In tight is Victoria Pratt. Excuse me, that's number 7.
Here we are, John. We're almost 3 minutes into this game. BG has not had a possession yet. Now they finally get a call their way.
Riley Cho had it knocked out of her possession for Bedford, and so Bishop Guertin, as Tom said, first time to possess the ball. Defenseman.
First time.
Emma Anderson trying to.
And she's got to make it all the way down to the half line, and she doesn't do it. Knocked away, and the call is going to go against the Bulldogs.
Not allowed to slash with the stick. I think that's what caused it to come free. And Emma Anderson will restart. Passes it off. This is Sydney Todd gaining a lot of ground. Sydney Todd, junior defenseman, within scoring range. She puts the brakes on and hands it back. Now some perimeter passing. Now it's BG that's going to set up some offensive pressure.
Watch out for Kaylee Keenan. She is their best scorer. She's got a quick release with her shot. She's always in the mix. She's a player that I think you really need to keep an eye on if you're Manchester Memorial or a fan watching this game.
Kaylee Keenan, number 22.
You're going to see a lot of her, I think.
Behind the net it goes.
There's Keenan right in the middle of your screen right now. She crosses the 10-yard line to the 5.
Yeah.
She's got the ball right now. Let's watch her dodge. Can't do it. Double teaming, you see. Memorial double teamed her. That's how important she is. They're conscious of it. Yep. Not Memorial, I mean Bedford. We've called them Merrimack. We've called them Memorial.
Yeah.
We've called them everything. The Bulldogs of Bedford. Very strong in lacrosse in boys and girls.
Just
Here's
about
Keenan right now.
every sport.
Now it's one-on-one.
BG very selective here with their first shot. What would be their first shot of the game. They can get it off.
Nope.
Behind the net, trying to wrap around. Nope, thinks better of it. That was Madison Keating, number 10.
Think of the practice and the skill involved in this when you have to. Oh, there's a nice pass by Keenan. And see, here we go. We talked about this before the broadcast off camera. It's been a year in girls lacrosse where it's been, I think they've allowed for a little bit more physical play. You saw an example of that, 2 players colliding and hit the deck.
For Bedford, that was number 34, Zoe Michaud, and Kaylee Keenan.
Well, now 14 for BG, and she's got the stick right now. She's got the ball, and she'll get the restart. Let's see if she tries to put a shot.
Emily Santorn, shot, goal!
Santum with the score.
Santum.
She's a 100 career. She's a 100 goal scorer, and she gets the first one for BG. Off that collision, no pain, no gain. She took the pain, and she got the gain with the goal.
Good for Emily Santum as she puts Bishop Guertin on the board first, 1-0. So we played 5.5 minutes of the state championship game. Each team had about the equal time of possession. The difference is the Emily Santum goal. Charging into the thick of the Bedford defense and taking the blow, as Tom said, and had the wherewithal to get up.
Took one for the team, John Collins. Took one for the team.
Classic case of that. So back to the face-off. Lindsay Hult again assigned that duty.
Again, in my mind, the most important play in the game of girls lacrosse.
And Lindsay wins it, and her Bishop Guertin teammate with it is number 15, Claire Donovan. Passes it to the right wing, charging down the sideline. Sydney Todd gaining ground, looking for an open teammate. Going behind the net A successful pass completed. And around the other side of the pitch it goes. Claire Donovan back to Kaylee Keenan, playing a little catch. About 20 yards away from the goal mouth. In goal.
Nice give and go.
Shot, score!
The give and go.
Number 12 is Amelia Piercy, a freshman defensive and midfielder. Makes it a 2-0 Bishop Guertin lead.
Yeah, but I think the pass was by 15. That set it all up.
Claire Donovan with the assist.
Donovan with a great feed. It's the give and go. It's a big play in the boys' game. Sometimes tough to go do in the girls' game, but this time BG pulled it off. Piercy in a crowd of players and was able to get that shot off.
Right back to midfield for another draw. And Bedford feeling the pressure to win one of these and stop the flow of BG goals here early. That is Hannah McCarthy taking the draw for Bedford, and Lindsay Hult, the draw specialist for Bishop Guertin. High in the air it goes, reaching for it, and it is Hannah McCarthy. A one-handed reach with great stick control, able to pull it down like an NBA jump ball. And she passes it down into the corner. So Bedford looking to answer back here. The state championship game at Memorial High School here on NHIaA TV. And we're sharing this broadcast with Bedford CTV. Save. We welcome our Bedford viewers. Grace Young. Nice save there, down low near her ankles. Scoops that one up. Looks like Bedford disagrees with the call, but it will be Bishop Guertin call at midfield. Downfield come the Cardinals, looking to add to their 2-0 advantage.
Hey, get off to a good start. In the games that I saw against the contenders when BG played them, they were always down early and had to fight and climb uphill. Takes a lot out of you as a team. Now, they've got Bedford on the defensive. They've got a 2-0 lead, looking to add to it and get off to that quick start. That's really important for Guertin. I think they play in much better that way, as most teams would. You play better when you're ahead. You play better when you get off to a good start.
Bishop Guertin, again, selective as they seek out what would be their third goal of the game. Kaylee Keenan looking for an opening. Tight circle of defenders for Bedford. Hard charge to the right, and a stick check whistled as playing defense. Sydney Lynch, number 30 for Bedford, got called.
A nice restart from the 9-yard line. You're going to be able to get a good shot off.
For Lindsay Hult.
Right-handed shot. Let's see how she handles it.
And she hands it off.
Yeah.
That happens a lot in girls lacrosse. It reminds me, it's not fair comparison, J.R. Smith.
Oh, please.
In close, you have a chance to take a shot and you take it back
there might
out,
be, there might be a.
But it's a strategy.
Maybe off that play you're not allowed to. I'm not sure rule-wise.
Okay, maybe.
There's a
Kaylee
shot right
Keenan
there. Boy, Keenan usually is right on with something like that. I'm surprised. That's a gift.
Well, maybe respecting the goaltending ability of Hannah Paradis of Bedford a little bit too much.
Maybe,
Kaylee has it again. One-on-one with the defense that time. Almost looks like may have been set play to go around the net a few times. And look for a cutter. Slicing in. Number 10 is Madison Keating.
There's the give and go.
The shot is just off to the right. There was some contact there, and
let's see if the whistle blows a little late. Let's see if that contact is going to cause anything, John. Because on that give and go, the give was good. The go was a little late.
Yes. But I think they are going to call it belatedly.
They are going to call an infraction.
Yeah, it was like a foul in NBA terms going to the basket.
She's going to get the free shot or the free attempt.
Lindsay Hult from just 5 yards away from the goaltender.
Right. And it's a penalty shot almost. She's going to get it.
Oh.
And it's knocked away. Nice save.
There was openings there, but it just went to either Goaltender Hannah Paradis got a piece of it, or it was just a miss to the left, but some good velocity there. Kaylee Keenan with it. Crisscrossing with Lindsay Hult. She's repelled by the double team. Bishop Guertin earning their way here with a 10-5 win over Merrimack and a 13-4 drubbing of Pinkerton, as Tom alluded to.
Boy, that was just a shock. They just were on fire.
Shot goal! The
right
turnaround.
There. Might have been Santum again, I'm not sure.
It was, I'm keeping my eye on the
Number
shell
one.
game. Number 1 is right. Katie Lupo.
Lupo, who's
senior.
Lupo is an experienced player. She's been with the program for 4 years. 3-0 Guertin start. Carrie Goebbels couldn't have expected a better start than this.
No, and that was a perfect turnaround goal executed by Katie
think
Lupo.
of all the time that Bedford had to start the game and weren't able to get a decent chance off.
Yep. They had the ball for about 3 minutes.
Grace Young with at least one save during that flurry.
Bedford has won a couple of draws. Hannah McCarthy back out there for Bedford against Lindsay Hult of Bishop Guertin. New Hampshire Division I Girls Lacrosse State Championship game. Lindsay Hult skies and gets the loose ball this time. Draws the foul and will restart at midfield with possession for the Cardinals. Fakes the pass to the right, splits some defenders. Now runs into a double team and a wall of white and red. And gives it up. Bishop Guertin niftily taking the ball around the goal, downfield, round up top again. This is some, as Tom mentioned, a lot of skill, a lot of practice goes into this. Not a drop
There's
ball.
a nice give and go again. A give and go. Lupo with the assist. She had to give.
And again,
Emily Santum with the goal.
Emily Santum having a terrific first half along with her teammates.
Guertin start timeout. Bedford 13:47 left. First half, as you see on your screen.
You have to take that timeout, Tom.
You've got to take it if you're Bedford. I might have even taken it after the third goal.
Yeah. Yeah, there were some signs that they needed to correct some things. So.
Yeah, but John, here's the thing. What has Guertin done every time they've scored? After every score, what have they done?
Won the draw.
You got it, and there you go.
And that's what keeps their momentum going.
That's where this is all taking place.
Bedford earned their way to the state championship game with a 19-8 win over Exeter. And they dispatched Souhegan, last year's state champion, 15-8 in the semifinal. That got the Bulldogs here today at Manchester Memorial for the state championship game. As we got good looks in on both huddles. They play football here as well, as you can tell. Nice facility.
Soccer, football, yeah, it's a good facility.
Yep.
You know, Manchester has upgraded their facilities over the years. They've got this. Gill Stadium is turf. That's what happened when the Fisher Cats came in. They played at Gill for a year or two before their stadium was built. And also, Manchester West has a great facility. So they really upgraded things. What's interesting, I think, for a lot of lacrosse teams now, because of getting ground balls and being able to move around and everything else, is when you go from turf to those few schools that don't have it and play on grass. Different game, really different game.
What's the situation, turf grass in colleges? Do they mostly have turf?
Mostly have turf, yeah.
So it's good prep.
Oh,
some of the better players.
They go to college, they'll be playing on turf. There's no question about it. They'll be playing on turf 99%, 95% of the time.
I seem to recall the national championship.
I mean, Riviera has turf, John.
Riviera, right.
The Division III school, they've got field turf.
Their
facility. They're going to undergo a renovation of a lot of that.
Now Bedford has won a draw coming out of the timeout.
And that's big.
Yeah.
That's big. Let's see if it leads to their first goal.
Mackenzie Cho, number 11, passing it up to number 8, Mary Kyle. Mary Kyle studying the field, looking for an opening. Or is that number 6? That's number 8, Mary Kyle. She passes it back to Mackenzie Cho. Working to the right, looking for a shot and a goal. Just like that, Bedford's on the board.
That is number 6.
It is number 6 with the assist.
And there you go. Draw the goal, and the Bulldogs are on the board.
Brooke Burden with the assist for Bedford, setting up that goal.
But that's big. You know, I mean, it's all because of the draw.
Yep.
You win that draw, and, you know, that's why in the boys' game, with Pinkerton and Guertin, in the boys' game, you know, and they're going to be playing. They're going to be playing in the state championship game on Saturday night. It's all about the face-offs. You know, last year Guertin's face-off guy was out for the regular season game. He's back for the tournament game. They won. You know, they lost the regular season game. They won the tournament game. This year, you know, their guy and Pinkerton, they had a battle, and Guertin won a majority of those. So it's. And Pinkerton's got one of the best face-off guys in New England.
So Sydney Lynch was in on that draw for Bedford. They've been changing it up. They had Hannah McCarthy, they had Sydney Lynch, but
McCarthy wasn't winning them, you know.
Yeah.
So they had to make a change.
And McCarthy has it behind the goal, looking for an open teammate.
If I'm her, I could try to swing it around. I think she's got a chance.
Actually, that was not McCarthy. That was Chamberlain Bell.
Oh, they're going to call. They're going to make the call against Guertin.
Chamberlain is a sophomore attacker, and she was attacked that time out in front of the goal.
Cross check with the stick.
Yep. Push in the back was indicated too, so double whammy, knocked Chamberlain Bell to the turf. They'll reset her, not quite in front of the goal, off to the side. Not in shooting position when she was fouled, apparently, so. We'll restart here. As you can see, 12:29 to go in the first half of play. BG jumped out to a 4-0 lead. Bedford trying to go on a run of goals themselves. Good step back and a charge. A Bishop Guertin defender hits the deck pretty hard on her back that time. That was number 23 for the Cardinals, Priscilla Bebo.
And a restart for Bedford, and a chance to cut that lead to 4-2.
Chamberlain Bell shoots.
Got it.
Scores.
Yeah, right over the shoulder. Got the stick up over Young and slipped it in right over Young's left shoulder into that far upper corner of the net.
Yeah, it looked like she might have hit the post on the way in, but it's good. It's a goal.
It ricocheted in.
4-2. Bedford has cut the lead, the deficit in half.
All because of the draw. They won the draw.
Yeah.
They got the chance.
The luck of the draw takes on a different
a whole
kind of meaning.
New meaning. And there's not a lot
lacrosse.
involved in it. There's a lot of skill involved in these draws.
Yeah. Although once
and if
in
you've
a
got
while,
a tall player,
you can make your own luck.
Right.
Yeah.
Because in girls lacrosse, the boys, they get down and dirty on the turf going for it. Girls, they flip it up in the air.
Yeah. And a lot of them turn it to jump balls. These things.
That's what exactly. It's a jump ball, and you've got to be able to win it. Well, let's see. Watch. See? Here we go.
Sydney Lynch for Bedford.
And it's up in the air, and you've got to be able to jump up and grab it and get the ground ball, and the bounce goes right to Bedford. That is luck. That's a fortuitous bounce to the Bulldogs.
But also, Mackenzie McEachern, who has it, was kind of anticipating that bounce might come out of the pile.
What happened when they flipped it up was Bedford pushed it in that direction towards their end, and they were able to get it towards the offensive end.
You got a yellow card, Tom, as one of the BG players penalized for an infraction, will be off the turf.
So all of a sudden, this game with 11:47 left in the first half has changed a little bit.
Yeah.
Momentum has gone now to Bedford because they've won 2 straight draws after goals and have cashed in on them.
The pendulum swings left. Bedford with possession. Looking for an opening in the Bishop Guertin defense, trying to make it a one-goal game. One player that's had a lot to do with it, Chamberlain Bell, number 17. Fakes left, goes right, back to her left, looking for an open teammate. Good defense being played by Priscilla Bebo on Chamberlain Bell. Loose ball up top. Bedford seizes on it. Again, it's
Was it a
Mackenzie
Guertin player?
McEachern.
Was it a Guertin player near it?
Weaving in through the defense, Hannah McCarthy. There's a
Stick
whistle.
check.
And, yep, goes against Bishop Guertin. McCarthy will be set up about 6 yards from goal.
On the wide side. I go low. If I'm Bedford,
The shooter.
I try to go low here.
And
she did. She did, and she shot it wide before
Yeah.
the whistle.
Waist-high release by Hannah McCarthy and missed left, but she'll get another chance. Another bite at the apple here as she faces up with Guertin goaltender Grace Young. Hannah McCarthy shoots. Nice save. Grace Young, I think, got a piece of it. It might have snuck inside the left post as we look at the goal. But Bedford manages to retain possession behind the net. On the restart.
Starting to look like it did the first 4 minutes of the game when Bedford controlled the ball.
Marathon possession by Bedford right now. Again, Chamberlain Bell. 17 on 17. Bishop Guertin's defender Lindsay Halt trying to mark.
I don't know why they stopped the clock there. Clock should have still run.
Yeah, that was strange. Lauren, this guy Lupo is number 13 for Bishop Guertin. Twisting and turning now. Looking for an open teammate, Hannah McCarthy. Patient with possession. Inside,
Nice
tough
drop.
pass.
Nice drop, but Bedford,
Yeah.
the other key, ground balls. Bedford's able to get it.
Chamberlain Bell.
You give me a team that can win ground balls and win faceoffs, I'll give you a winning lacrosse team. Bedford did both on that, in this succession of time.
Under 9 minutes to go in the first half. Bedford trailing, but
Got to be careful you don't get that whistle, and they did.
too physical, the officials
Yeah, but what
decide.
they did on that defensive play, John, was they forced her out. They forced her back. So if she gets the restart, she's got to do it from far away. So that's not a bad foul to commit.
Not there, it's okay. Inside they go in the foot race to gain possession. Closest to the ball will
And
be
it's going to be
Bedford.
BG. BG will get the ball back finally.
Oh,
We
it
haven't
is?
seen them touch the ball in a while.
It is BG ball.
Yep.
Abigail Hayhurst has it knocked loose.
Uh-oh,
They say it's a legal
turnover.
play. Goal.
Goal, a turnover and a goal. One of the rare times you'll see that not called.
Yeah.
A legal play, stick to stick.
Courtney Dermody scores the goal for Bedford to make it a one-goal contest.
8:02 left in the half.
And they don't seem to let a lot of that go when one player strikes the stick of another player holding the ball and it comes loose. I guess the key is just to kind of sidle up to the other player's stick and not whack it, just kind of nudge it.
Whatever it was, it worked.
Yep. Ball
Now-
security important for Bishop Guertin on defense. They commit the turnover and give up the third goal. So that 4-0 lead is long gone, Tom.
And now the all-important draw
Right.
with Holt.
Against Sydney Lynch again. And Lynch has been successful 2 straight times. Let's see what happens here. It's like an arm wrestling contest. They have to
Isn't it?
reset again. Yeah.
Isn't it? And 2, 3, go.
The tension.
Oh.
Wow.
Evidently a premature start by Holt because the whistle blew right away.
Fine line.
Well, I'll tell you, that was a painstaking face-off.
It was.
Good grief.
You imagine the tension. You're in a state championship game in a draw, and you have to wait that extra 5 seconds for the whistle.
Yeah, I know.
In position without moving a muscle. That's got to be tough. And they let the freshman, that's a great credit to Lindsey Holt.
Turnover. Ball dropped down. Let's see if Bedford can grab it. They will.
Well, the loose ball, bounding ball specialist, Mackenzie McEachern.
Yeah,
with
right
3
now,
of them.
Bedford's on top of those ground balls. 4-3 to score here. Some contact again. Hit the deck was Holt. And a whistle blows, and it'll be Bedford ball? No, it'll be BG ball. No, let's see. I can't tell.
No, you're right. It's BG ball.
ball. Yep, there we go. Holt got it. Holt got the benefit of the call.
Yeah, the contact was by both teams. Could have went either way.
Here come the Cardinals.
Sydney Todd charging down the field, number 18. Off to the wing now, and that's Emily Santum, who's got 2 goals in this first half, number 14. Kaylee Keenan had it, and they wanted her to take more shots, I think. Of course, you have to have the ball more. Nice save made by Hannah Paradis.
Yep.
Loose ball scooped up by the Bedford defenders. Zoe Michaud with it. It's double teamed out of bounds. It's a push.
Yep, push
violation
out
against Bishop Guertin.
Yep.
Officials say you have to restart where you ended up, which is behind the ball handler. And Bedford to midfield with possession. Getting the escort downfield and getting bumped was Riley Cho, number 7 for Bedford. And the Bulldogs get the restart. Up ahead. Behind the net it goes. It's Mary Kyle, number 6. It is Brooke Burden again. Brooke Burden, who had a nice assist earlier on one of Bedford's 3 goals.
Good defense by BG, but boy, it's got to be frustrating playing defense in this sport. They don't let you do a whole lot.
No, they don't. The physicality kind of goes out the window.
Yeah,
girls across.
Different deal in the guys' game.
You have to flirt with it just to be effective. You have to flirt with the rule breaking.
Well, just get your body in position, and that's the big thing.
And there's a stick check. As making a nice move was Mackenzie Cho. She was going to split
How
the
many bodies
defenders.
have hit the floor and hit the deck in this game? A few. So restart and a chance to tie the game for Bedford.
Mackenzie Cho, the sophomore, with it.
Cho against Young.
8 yards away. And a nice save by Grace Young. What do we have?
Whistle. Maybe a check from behind.
Oh.
I think there was a check from behind.
Oh, negates a nice save by Young.
Yeah, it does. So they'll do it all over again with 4:38 left in the half.
Mackenzie Cho with it. Fakes the shot, backs it out.
Yeah, didn't see an opening there. He had a defensive stick was in the way, I think, and Young was right on top of it as well.
Sydney Lynch circling to her left, drops it inside, trying like the pick and roll there, but the BG defenders.
The Cardinals got to fast break it.
Claire Donovan had possession when she was fouled.
Yep. Poke check. She gets a clear start and a clear run. They had to get all the defensive players out of the way. What's now?
I think one of the Bedford players jumped the gun when they do the restart. It's almost like a false start.
Oh, maybe BG called timeout.
And they have to, because they're going to do a restart, everybody has to leave their sticks to mark the spot where they're going to restart.
Exactly.
So we have a break in the action with exactly 4 minutes left to go in the first half.
Yep, you're right. I think this might be one of the mandatory water breaks, but those are usually during the real hot weather. I saw that done in soccer during the fall when we had that warm September and early October. A lot of teams called water breaks. And field hockey too, a lot of water breaks. 4-3 in a tight game, 4 minutes left in the half, as you see on the screen. To me, it's all about winning those faceoffs. That's been the key, and not turning the ball over when you get possession.
We've seen some blowouts in tournament play this season in all sports. This does not have the feel.
Oh, it's not. I don't think it's going to be a blowout. I think these two teams are. I think. Yeah, see, that was the surprise
in the
so much in the semifinals. That
Bishop Guertin against Pinkerton.
Yeah, that was a 13-4 game. I mean, I don't think anybody expected that. So convert to this, it's really amazing.
Sun not a factor any longer here at Memorial High School in Manchester. John Collins with Tom King. Executive producer is Pete Johnson. Get a chance to plug our fine camera crew that work with us all year long, including Tim O'Neill, Jim McLean, Frank Wallet. Getting to bring you these girls and boys lacrosse and boys baseball games in the springtime, and football, volleyball, basketball. Also, we do hockey, of course, in the fall and winter months. A lot of these students getting set to graduate in the coming days and weeks for Bedford and Bishop Guertin. Saw a rather sarcastic Facebook post the other day. Congratulations on getting through the easiest phase of life, high school graduation. That's pretty harsh. I mean, a lot of these kids are accomplished scholars, and they didn't just coast through high school as maybe I did,
right,
or some other people did. So congratulations to all the graduates ahead of time. We're restarting now. It is 4 minutes to go. First half state championship game, a 1-goal game. What will the score be at the half? Bishop Guertin trying to get their lead back. They were up 4-0, and then Bedford called a timeout, and they were a different team coming out of that huddle, winning draw after draw and getting back into this game. 4-3, the score as you see. 3.5 minutes to go. BG determined to get the next best shot on Hannah Paradis, the Bedford goaltender, awaiting, vigilant at the left post to her left. Circling for Bishop Guertin, Madison Keating puts it behind the goal to Katie Lupo. Lupo looking for an open teammate. Bedford in that tight defensive formation seemed to have sealed off any opening toward the goal. Katie Lupo. And behind the net it goes. What do we have? Looks like it's going to go against the Cardinals. Officials may differ on this. Yeah, it's Bedford ball. Coming out of her own end, number 3, Grace Ann Rooney. Or is it 34? It is 34, Zoe Michaud. Zoe passes it up ahead. It gets loose. Is out of bounds. Riley Cho, the intended recipient. And it goes out of bounds off of Bedford. So restart by Bishop Guertin. Lindsay Halt with it. Up the sideline it goes. Emily Santum. Guertin with it. Sydney Todd down the middle. Sydney Todd still with it. And got hit. Oh, actually, whistle went against Sydney Todd. Stick check called against Bishop Guertin. Restart with possession for Bedford. Something amiss at midfield here. The officials trying to reposition some players. Officials giving a clarification of the rules, I think, to the sideline about why the whistle in this case. Hannah McCarthy with it for Bedford. Looking for the signal to restart with 1:46 remaining. They restart the clock. Bedford looking to tie. Downfield they come. Loose ball. Who'll get it?
Ground ball. That's the biggest play. Young way out. We got a call. Let's see who is more anxious on the play. Who are they going to call it on?
They called Bedford for body checking the goaltender. A no-no in the Stanley Cup playoffs, and apparently in Lacrosse as well. They treated Grace Young, I think, as any other player there, but it's still an infraction against Bedford. So BG averts what would have been a game-tying goal there by the Bulldogs and has possession near midfield in the person of Emma Anderson. Number 2, Emma changing direction nicely. Eludes a few Bedford defenders, has the ball stick checked out of her possession, and it's going to be Bedford ball. A vocal rooting section for Bedford represented here at Memorial High School this afternoon.
Well, his son really causing us a little bit of a problem now.
Yeah. The ambient glow.
There we go, a little bit.
Yeah.
Fix the filter a little.
Let's put a baseball cap on the lens, I think. And body check called against Bishop Guertin. Bedford moving the ball downfield. 1 minute left to go in the first half. Bedford trying to tie things up. Here at Memorial High School, the state championship game, girls lacrosse Division I in New Hampshire. Souhegan was the champion last year. Bedford knocked them off on the way to the championship game. Bishop Guertin beat Pinkerton in the semifinal to earn their way here. Circling, trying to get a shot off. Hannah McCarthy.
Down, they'll go the bodies. Let me tell you, I'm telling you, it gets physical. It's impossible to have this many kids on a field chasing each other with sticks and not have it be physical.
It just,
because they're all crowding into a small space to try to get that little yellow ball.
Anybody that's played street hockey completely understands
exactly.
you.
And here we go with the biggest restart of the half.
Hannah McCarthy shot, goal.
And then we got a tie game.
Wow, 43 seconds left to go. Not a huge surprise. Bedford coming charging back after being down 4-0. Bishop Guertin had been so tremendous on winning draws and scoring goals and closing the deal on the offensive end, and suddenly Bedford comes charging out of a timeout. A different team, or actually the same team that their fans have seen in the regular season that got them to this point. Asserted themselves, and we have a 4-4 contest here with 43 seconds remaining in the half. Will that be the score at the half, or will somebody get a late goal here? Look who's lurking up the top there is Mackenzie McEachern, who is a specialist on getting these loose balls after they come. This one goes a long way afield, though, and actually McEachern ended up with it. She'll hand it off. Bedford again drawing a foul as they win the draw with possession with 40 seconds left. Mackenzie Cho in the corner, being marked by Abigail Hayhurst. Cho in front, shot, goal, and Bedford takes the lead.
Shouldn't have happened. Somebody got free, and Cho spotted her. Puts that ball right in the net and an easy shot.
Mackenzie Cho, I think, ended up with the goal number 11 for the Bulldogs. And they come from 4-0 down to take the lead with 24 seconds left in the first half.
And have won every draw since they were down 4-0.
Guertin changing up the... I think is that Lindsay Holt still?
I think it's still Holt.
taking a different stance if it is her.
They're right. More towards the outside.
Yeah.
It's still her.
Yeah, she's trying something different, but Bedford wins the draw again. Here comes McCarthy looking for a late. She should have taken it.
They're going to look now. Nope. If I'm them, they just stall. I just stall. You get 14 seconds left. Don't shoot too quickly.
That was McEachern who had it after the.
You don't want to trade goals here. You want to
pass.
come in right away. See, she shot too quickly. Shouldn't have shot it there. You wait till right there with 3 seconds left to shoot.
Right.
Instead, she waited. You know, she got too anxious. Here we go. 2, 1. Not going to get it off. That's a bad possession by Bedford. They needed to just throw the ball around, set up the perimeter, and go for the shot. They got a little too anxious. Didn't work for them. We're at halftime. What a first half. 5-4 the score. Bedford against Bishop Guertin. We'll be back with the second half right after this.
I'm one unlucky guy. The chance of being involved in a robbery is 1 in 757. The chances of being struck by lightning. 1 in 750,000.
Please fasten your seatbelts for unexpected turbulence.
The chances of being a victim in an airline crash? 1 in 29 million. Hey, could I get some peanuts? The chances of being involved in a car crash are far greater than lightning strikes and plane crashes. And if you are texting while driving, your risk of crash increases 23 times. Now, I may be an unlucky guy, but I don't have to be part of that statistic, and neither do you. Drive responsibly.
Welcome back to Memorial High School in Manchester, New Hampshire for the second half of the girls lacrosse Division I New Hampshire State Championship game. John Collins along with Tom King here on NHIaA TV. Welcome to our Bedford BCTV viewers. We've got an exciting game here. 4-0 was the score in favor of Bishop Guertin. Bedford comes roaring back. They score the go-ahead goal with 24 seconds left to go in the first half. A run of 5 goals, Tom.
How about that, huh?
They're looking to continue it here. They won the opening draw of the second half.
This is unbelievable. Their draw controls are really the key here. And you know what, John? They always tell you it takes a lot more energy to play defense than it does offense. Guertin's got to be a little tired right now.
Hannah McCarthy.
Even with the break.
Circling. Whistle is going to go in favor of the Bulldogs again, I believe. McCarthy trying to split a triple team. Got fouled, and the restart. Fires it, the whistle before the shot. These officials working with a specific set of rules. And it looks like Bedford restarted slightly before the whistle, and they got called for that infraction. So Bishop Guertin dodges a bullet in the opening minute of the second half, and they get possession. Charging downfield, Emma Anderson takes it out to the far sideline. Down into the corner it goes, and behind the net. Katie Lupo hits Madison Keating. Emily Santom to Claire Donovan. Everybody getting a touch here. Amelia Piercy, Kaylee Keenan back to Piercy, and now Lindsay Hult.
Boy, this is strange. It's a strange sight to see. Guertin with the ball.
Yeah, then
I'm not used to it.
They've been able to close pretty good when they've gotten possession.
Sure.
So let's see if they do it here.
Boy, after that 4-0 lead, you would have thought, you know, it just would have continued, but they just could not get the ball.
Exactly.
Nope.
Running into a double and triple team.
Running into the crowd. I would have kept the perimeter spaced out and just passed a little bit more. Keep Bedford on their toes.
Emily Santum has shown an ability to score in this game.
Santum and Keenan, their two top scorers. Keenan really hasn't gotten on track yet, John.
No, not a lot of chances.
No.
Shot, goal!
Score, Santum.
Emily Santum with the hat trick. She bounced it past.
That's exactly. She hit it low.
Paradis.
Yep, bounced it in, and we got a 5-5 game.
Goal scorer's ability there for Santum. Knew just what she wanted to do with it and executed. And we are even here at Memorial in the state final. 2018. The all-important midfield draw. Lindsay Holt back out there. She tried a different stance, different approach at the end of the first half. And Sydney Lynch, who has been very successful. Lynch is a junior for Bedford, a little more experienced than Holt, who is a freshman. Has had her share of success, but learning as she goes, of course. The intricacies of the draw. And it is a win for Bishop Guertin. They pick up the loose ball this time.
Ooh, whistle blows, stops the break.
Claire Donovan had a head of steam before she was fouled, and will restart 25 yards away from the goal mouth. Weaves to her right, thought about taking a shot, I believe. Katie Lupo with it down the far right corner, goes behind the net. Madison Keating, Santum, Piercy, Holt, Keenan, and all around it goes. Katie Lupo with it again, trying to emerge from the corner, being marked by Grace Ann Rooney, number 3. Now behind the net, Madison Keating, kind of edging her way out into shooting position. She wants to launch, she's getting close, but then the double team emerges. Good job by Bedford sealing it off.
Double team, sometimes a triple team. There's Holt.
Sticking with her, the BG fans wanted a stick foul there.
Yeah,
Shot off the post. Ricochets behind the goal. BG retains possession. Good try by Lindsay Holt. Madison Keating. Katie Lupo now with it. Claire Donovan. Both teams kind of resting, catching their breath here early in the second half. 5-5 game. Both teams have had the lead. Who will get it back? Katie Lupo. Good defense by Grace Ann Rooney. Gives her nothing. Kaylee Keenan going one-on-one here against Riley Cho. And Victoria Pratt, number 2. Victoria Pratt actually is the one that's on Kaylee Keenan.
Very deliberate.
Yep. You probably see those extra balls they have around the pitch just in case one gets lost and just pick up another one and use that.
No, those are just markers.
Are they markers
Yeah.
right back there?
Yep, pretty much. They're balls, but they use for markers.
Oh, okay.
Mainly.
So
Pretty
it's
much.
not the end of the end
No,
zone.
so you chase the, it is. So you
yeah.
chase the ball and the clock still ticks.
Shot,
There's a
goal, Lindsay Holt.
She worked before, couldn't find the right angle. This time, Holt used a little bit more force behind that shot and went for the far left corner and got it.
Such patience by Bishop Guertin there. I got to admit, they lulled me to sleep there a little bit, and they might have done that to the Bedford
did,
defense.
and Holt all of a sudden charged in, jumped in the air to get the clearance for the shot, and fired it into that corner. And Guertin back on top with the first 2 goals of this half. Exactly what Bedford did not want to have happen.
Holt exults after her hard-earned goal, and she goes right back to the draw at midfield. The freshman having a huge impact on this game, Lindsay Holt, and 4 years of lacrosse. That's going to be an exciting thing for Bishop Guertin to have Lindsay Holt on the team for all 4. Behind the net it goes. Madison Keating lurking. 6-5. Bishop Guertin with it. Amelia Piercy.
And Keenan hasn't really gotten that involved. She got, what, 1 goal?
Yep.
She is with the ball.
They're totally conscious of her. I think they're a little bit aggressive with the stick checks too, but you know, maybe she made a couple moves.
But those right moves, forcing her further back.
Yeah. You know, there was a huddle at some point. They said, we're not going to let her beat us. Katie Lupo had a great chance,
Lupo loses the handle, right.
Right.
Oh, you're right, John. They do pick up those extra balls. Yep.
Yeah.
They do. I've done a lot of games this year. I've hardly ever seen them touch them.
They do. Well, it's like golfers, you know. You don't need the extra balls if you're good.
Yeah, I need a lot of balls.
They don't get lost as much. So you use the one you started with.
See, anybody asks me, what'd you shoot? I don't even look at that. I look at how many balls I lose. If I didn't lose a ball for a round, it's a good round.
I can see all the things in baseball. The most amazing thing that ever happened to me at Trump Field in Somerville, we used 1 ball for an entire baseball game. And if you know that field, you can foul one into the traffic.
That's incredible.
It was just the most unique thing
ball,
I've ever seen.
No foul balls?
It was even, yeah, there were foul balls, but they stayed right where you could just pick them up.
Really?
Yeah, nothing went over the fence and into the next neighborhood, which happens all the time at that field. The umpire even remarked on it. I mean, it was even more rare than a perfect game, if you ask me.
That's really rare. Oh, collision. Yeah. Down goes Sandstrom. They let it go. They let it go. That is incredible. I'm telling you, they let a lot more go these days. Now they call time because you had equipment all over the field. How you could have not blown that whistle earlier, I don't understand.
Yeah, I mean, that collision was such that it undressed the Bedford player. Lost a lot of her equipment, and Victoria Pratt reassembled and ready to play. I don't know if they call it incidental contact or what, but Bedford looking for that 7th goal now.
No, BG looking for that 7th goal.
BG
They're
looking
up.
for it. The wrong B.
6-5, which is, they've dominated this half. What have they done? They've won draws and dominated time of possession. Holt, she's doing everything on this end for Guertin. Of course, if you remember from hockey days,
I do.
Brother Cam Holt,
yeah,
who also plays lacrosse at UMass Lowell, and now Lindsay has a free start, but no goal.
Just hung on to the shot a little bit too long. Missed.
What happened was her body carried her more towards that left side, and she fired it wide. She needed to stay a little bit more upright. Let the stick on the ball do the work rather than have her body force it one way or the other. I sound like I played the game.
Well, actually, you have a free throw school. I was just wondering if you were going to open a lacrosse shooting school as well.
Give me an idea there.
A dual academy. Shot as she goes to the ground and ends up in the cage.
A bouncer. She went low. She shot it down.
Wow, that's like the goal of the game by Claire Donovan. Somehow gets the shot away, and it's a great one.
Did exactly what Holt did, get the stick up so she could shoot over the defense and fire it down. And Guertin with a 2-goal lead with 16:08 to play.
Claire Donovan with a great effort there. Bishop Guertin controlling possession, and it's showing up on the scoreboard. Up 7-5 here in the second half. They were down 5-4 entering the second half, so momentum swing again. Pendulum goes to the right. Interesting, Tom, correct me, they did not change ends, did they? They did change ends?
Yeah, BG was going left to right.
Oh, all right.
First half.
They did, yeah. I still got the jet lag going.
I was just going to say, too much of that Barbados sun, John.
Yeah.
Had an interesting week while you were gone. I literally crashed and burned at Holman Stadium last Friday.
Hope you're not talking about your vehicle.
No, I'm talking about my body.
Oh.
Fell down and went boom.
At least you're there's no casts I can see.
I was very lucky.
Wow. What on the stairs to the press box?
Yeah, we'll talk out. We'll talk later. No, down in one of the aisles.
Oh boy.
Tripped.
Is there any video?
You know, I wonder if we have it on video. I doubt it because I was off to the side.
Wow, sorry to hear that.
Be embarrassing if it was.
You just lost.
My thanks to Jerry Holland and Bill Close, the trainers for the Silver Knights, who patched me up.
Oh, good. Wow.
During the game, so I was able to continue.
Ouch. Bedford with a chance here to make it a one-goal game again. 15 minutes and change left to go in the state championship game being played at Memorial High School.
Oh, nice play by Young, and unfortunately she's going to get called for it, I think. With a yellow card because of the high stick. Stick to the head.
You know,
that's not a deliberate play, but it's a play that they have to call. She got her stick out.
Wow. She's doing what goaltenders
Contact
do,
with the head, and now, of
ball.
course, Guertin not liking the call. They confer about it, but I don't think they're going to change it.
Well, here's my thing. I thought that the Bedford player ran into the stick rather than the stick being put into the head.
Yeah, but the stick's out there to be run into. You see what I mean?
Yeah, it's just a fine line, though. I mean, you're playing goalie. The ball's in the air. You go reach for it to collect it in midair.
I mean, she had a nice idea to anticipate the play. She's going to have to leave the game for the yellow card. She got a yellow card, so she's got to leave the goal. So it's an empty net.
You have to be placed behind the shooter.
Yes,
with the infraction.
Exactly. So now she's got to run to the goal really quickly.
Or one of her
teammates right there on the left-hand side.
Wow! It looked like number 15, Claire Donovan, picked it out of midair and knocked it to the side.
Big play defensively by BG.
A tremendous save by Claire Donovan. I mean, you're talking about a stick that's, about an inch and a half wide?
Another yellow card on BG for the cross check. Holt's got to leave the game now.
The Bedford fans like it.
And the BG side doesn't.
Good thing for Bishop Guertin, their goaltender is back between the pipes now. So
right, but they've got a man advantage. Bedford's got a man advantage.
Brooke Burton has it.
6-on-5.
About 7 yards away from the goal. Maybe 10. And the restart. Burton's going to back it out.
So Guertin playing some really more physical defense. I bet that was the talk at halftime, was they got to get more. Take the risk on the calls. Give and go at a goal.
Dropping it in was Courtney Dermody on the pass from the corner. Nicely executed by Bedford with the player advantage.
Brooke Burton with the pass.
Brooke Burton, who has got a few assists in this game.
And she just made a quick, that's the old give and go play.
Yep.
It's very prevalent in this sport. Practice it a lot, I'm sure.
Dermody became the cutter toward the goal, received the pass, and the equivalent of a one-timer. Past a helpless Grace Young, and it is a one-goal game, 7-6. So Bedford making the most of that possession. And we get back to the all-important draw at midfield, and then Lindsay Holt penalized, not out there for this. Emma Hayhurst, number 21, against the more experienced draw taker, Sydney Lynch of Bedford. Emma Hayhurst stepping up. A lot of time left in this one. A one-goal game now in the state championship contest.
Up in the air it goes, and Guertin's going to get it. How about that, huh?
Amelia Piercy with the Heads up and stick up play. This is a stick up, and I am taking possession, and we have a timeout on the field. Okay, so Bishop Guertin has possession, all important. Trying to get their 2-goal lead back. As we look in on the huddle, Christina Hodgson, head coach of the Bulldogs, assisted by Linnea Hilche, managers Julia Mariano. We welcome our Bedford viewers, BCTV viewers. And now we get a look at the BG huddle. Kerry Gobiel is the head coach for Bishop Guertin, assisted by Lauren Field and CC Carlini, managers Grace Goyette and Cassandra Zano. Saw some cricket while I was in Barbados, Tom.
Did you really?
Very interesting game to watch. They put it on ESPN down there, and it's like their World Cup is going on right now in cricket. It's the equivalent of. A lot of interest in it, and those guys that with the cricket bats, they've got some good hand-eye coordination. A lot of the times they have to hit the ball in a hop.
Yep.
And one of the guys reminded me of David Ortiz. I mean, he was launching stuff into the stands.
Jeez.
You know, I was impressed with the game. I just think
how popular was the game? A lot of people there watching.
Yes, celebrities galore. You know,
really?
The stands were packed.
Wow, really?
I mean, I should have got a rule book out, but they surround the pitcher and batter. I mean, like 360 degrees.
That's the difference between you and I, John. And you go to Barbados, you go to a cricket game. I go to Barbados.
I know.
I'm on the beach. I'm at the bar. I'm anywhere else but a sporting event.
No, full disclosure, this was at a bar while I was watching it.
Oh, you watched it on TV? You weren't at it live?
Unlimited, yeah, a bar.
You weren't at the event?
I was not at the event.
Oh, where was the event held? How far away from where you were?
Only like 10 miles.
Really?
Yeah, only
wow.
10 miles, yeah. And the thing looks like a racetrack, though, as far as the stands. I mean, it's all the way around, and I just think that what they really wanted to do was play baseball. I just think the cricket was just the infancy of, I don't know, that's a whole story, whether baseball resulted from cricket or was it totally its own game. But it was really fascinating. Bedford has possession. They steal it back after the timeout. Chance to tie it up here with 14 minutes left to go in the state championship.
That's a big turnover right there and change of possession.
It is. Emily O'Keefe for the Bulldogs.
Again, this is about the time they got on track in the second half, in the first half, I'm sorry. After BG had taken the lead, it was probably just a little bit under 20. Now we're at 13, but Bulldogs aren't going away. No one's getting a big lead in this game, I'll tell you that right now. It's not going to happen. These two teams are too evenly matched.
And too well coached.
Oh, no doubt about it.
In the middle, goal! Give and go from...
I'll tell you, I've seen a wide open give and goes in lacrosse. I haven't seen so many in traffic as I've seen in this game. They're able to get it in traffic. That takes a special skill.
You can't really call it a defensive breakdown.
Nope.
Mackenzie McEachern passing to Hannah McCarthy for the finish. 7-7. There was the slightest of openings that McCarthy found behind Grace Young to get that goal. Well executed by the Bulldogs. So back to the draw at midfield. And it looks like it will be Emma Hayhurst again for Bishop Guertin, and the tried and trusted Sydney Lynch for Bedford. key is you cannot move until the whistle, or you'll be called for a violation. Pops into the air. Clean play. Bedford wins the draw.
Gets the bounce.
Sydney Lynch with it. Passes it off to Hannah McCarthy, who just scored that goal on an assist by Mackenzie McEachern, who just passed it back to McCarthy. McCarthy changes direction, runs into a double team and backs it out. Inside. Oh, opportunity missed there, perhaps.
See, now I think
Sydney Lynch.
now I think you got to be very selective. You're at 12 and a half minutes to play, or 12:45 to play. You can't waste any possessions now, John. You're at that point where you're going to have to start to kill some clock and make sure you get a good shot.
And to Tom's point,
take your time.
Mackenzie McEachern had an opportunity to shoot the ball there, but she decided it was not a good enough shot.
Yeah, exactly. Don't waste shots. It's not early in the game anymore. Take your time. You've got about a dozen minutes to play in the state championship game and a tie game. You're basically starting from scratch here. 0-0.
Brooke Burden had it.
In a 12-minute game.
Yeah. Comes down to this. Brooke Burden being marked closely by Claire
And
Donovan.
this is exactly what Bedford is doing.
Burden. Trying to find a cutter in
And
front.
Donovan's on her pretty well.
That's Emma Hayhurst, number 21, who is marking Riley Cho, number 7. Cho feints to her left, goes
Cho's a
right.
playmaker. You got to watch her. She's a very good playmaker. Double team. You see, look at that. Double team. Boy, you got that ball. You're the most wanted, aren't you?
Yeah, you are. In front. Oh, lost the handle.
It. Whistle blows. There's going to be an infraction.
Apparently, officials saw a slash that brought that, popped that ball loose from the stick of Hannah McCarthy. Will be set up about 10 yards from the goal. On the restart. Shoots.
Score on the
Or was
bounce.
there a whistle before the shot?
Let's see.
I believe there was a whistle before the shot.
Negates the goal.
Yeah, I'm talking a fraction of a second before she launched it. And we'll have a redo here. Shot. Goal!
Tough to do it once. Even harder to do it twice.
Credit to Hannah McCarthy.
McCarthy with the low bullet. Just that low fastball. How low can you go? McCarthy went as low as she could and got that goal. 8-7 Bedford.
Yep. A seesaw battle in the state championship game.
Yeah.
.10:36 left.
And I think in these 10 and a half minutes, like I said, the way these offenses have played, what we saw and what we've seen are going to be two different things. The offenses are going to be much more deliberate than they were. To not waste shots.
It might be a patch of turf there that's obscuring the M for Memorial, and probably a lot to do with these draws we see at midfield. It gets worn. They'll probably
No, they painted over it, John.
Oh, they did paint it
Yeah,
over?
that looks painted. That's all painted over.
Looked like a square, though. Like
It's not a very good job, but it looks like it's been painted
that's why
over
it kinda
to
looked
negate
temporary to
the.
me.
Yeah, why that's there, I don't know.
I'm just thinking foot traffic, and they had to do a temporary patch.
I'd have to take a look at it again.
Yeah.
I'm no field
Because if
turf.
they wanted to paint it over, I think they would obscure the
I'm
entire
no
M.
I'm no field turf expert, but this turf looks like it's a little worn.
Yeah. Cutting to her right, thinking about the shot, was Mackenzie McEachern.
Well,
But
to give and go, they're going to take that
cutter,
shot. See, I don't think I would have done that. Traffic was too much. I would have taken it back outside, flipped it around, get Guertin, lull him to sleep a little bit, force Young to really keep her eye on the ball.
Mackenzie Cho gets the restart.
Start it all over again.
Dead center.
Not going to happen this time. Cho's going to take a shot. Yep,
It's
she
a
did.
deflected stick.
Yeah, she. Ooh. And BG comes up with it. See, Cho took the shot.
Amelia Piercy has it for BG.
But didn't really get it off. That restart was probably the worst thing that happened for Bedford because they really needed to keep possession of the ball.
Amelia Piercy gets it back. 3 players surround her, and she gets fouled.
When you have that restart like that, that's almost like a golden opportunity for a goal, and it would have been big because it would have given them a 2-goal lead. But I'd much rather just have clock control and just try to wait for the perfect shot.
Kaylee Keenan, who had fresh legs on that sprint, it appeared. She hasn't had possession for a while, and she seems determined to take this ball downfield.
There's the name. That's why this is such a close game, is Kaylee Keenan has been out of it.
And Bedford's so alert to Keenan. I mean, look, she's surrounded every time she gets the ball by white and red. Drops it off here. Emily Santum, who's got
now,
3.
Now see, Guertin's down. They've got to take good shots or quick shots because they're down in the game. They can control it for so long. They can milk it for so long. But if they waste an opportunity on a possession, it gives Bedford a chance to open up a 2-goal lead. Whoever gets that 2-goal lead is going to win the game if they're able to do it.
In tight. Madison Keating.
See, I want Santum or Keenan to touch the ball on this. I want them to have the best chances because they've got the most precise shots.
Keenan's got it now. Trying to fake her way in close. Loose ball.
Yeah, very uncharacteristic of her to lose the ball like that. That was an unforced error. No one touched her.
Great scoop by Santum.
Santum with a big ground ball play.
Keating. Lupo nearly had the wraparound try, but sealing that off quickly was Grace Ann Rooney, number 3 for Bedford. Back up top, Halt to Keenan.
What a fantastic game in terms of just how close and the tension and how valuable each possession is.
And there's been some brilliant goals, the finishing touches put on by both these offenses.
Halt kind of couldn't find the opening there.
Both teams sliding and switching on defense to help each other out constantly, not to surrender any easy goals. No opening there for Lindsay Holt. And it's Santum with it. Santum forced wide by the good defense, Victoria Pratt. Lupo may have had a cutter out front. Amelia Piercy thought better of it. From the corner, Madison Keating. Guarded closely. Keating circling, and she took a stick to the head.
So where's the yellow card on that?
Right.
There it is, right there. Got to make that call.
You do.
And what that does, unfortunately for Bedford, fortunately for BG, man advantage.
Yep. Emily O'Keefe comes off for Bedford.
6 on 5, or should be. Let's see. Was in the Guertin County? I guess not. Or is it 7 on 6? It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 attackers. No advantage.
Yeah, it's strange.
Oh, yeah.
There you go.
There
There's
you go.
7 on 6. Yep. Yeah. Katie Lupo is just off screen.
Off screen.
To
so
our right.
7 on 6. Yep.
Left.
Clock stops after the yellow card. Now we're going to restart. Here we go.
With possession, Madison Keating, a freshman also. Flanked to her left by fellow freshman Lindsay Holt there in your picture, number 17. Let's see what Madison does with this.
Well, she's going to shoot it, and she's going to probably try to go low left. Nope.
Fires it. Took
Wide.
a lot of stick traffic as she was making her way toward the right post.
Oh, yeah, you had a drop stick and everything.
And they're going to call it belatedly, but she'll get a restart on the right side this time. The restart. Keating fires.
Bounces the same type of shot. It was almost like an instant replay.
Yeah.
I had to make sure we were watching this live.
Might have been deflected by one of the defenders as well.
As I look out onto the field, I said, wait a minute, didn't I just see this play? How did Tim O'Neill do that?
Halt with it. Lindsay sprints to her right and gets stopped almost immediately by the defense of Mackenzie Cho, number 11. Halt comes up top.
Oh.
Yeah, that was in position to shoot.
Sure
Claire Donovan.
was. 5:21 to play as you see that on the bottom of your screen. And a 1-goal game.
Lupo changes direction immediately, double team. Loose ball scooped up by Bedford.
Oh, that is
Big
a
play.
tough turnover.
5 minutes to go. Bedford had possession.
Oh, they get a call, whistle, may go the other way. Let's see.
Not quite sure what transpired there, but it goes against the Bulldogs.
Well, let's see. Let's wait now. Yep, it does. And Guertin gets it back.
Yeah, big call. Lupo has it. Bedford could have taken all kinds of time off the clock if they had possession.
But they sure could have.
Instead, BG still with the opportunity to tie this game up.
Opportunity to tie, but it's a must opportunity. They cannot waste this chance. They've had the ball for almost 3 minutes, John Collins.
Wow. The tension is high.
You get the ball
State championship game down to the last 4 minutes.
You have the ball that long down by a goal. You got to come up with something.
Madison Keating, all kinds of stick checking going on. And finally, the whistle blows.
But to be honest, Keating forced that contact. She tried to slide her way through between two defenders.
That's all you can do, though, in this game. You try to, go between, and then, it's like a gauntlet. So Keating gets the ball in the restart. And again, she got mugged on the way through. It's a natural instinct to defenders to defend and to use the utensil that's in their hands, and this is what happens. It usually comes down to the goalie's got to make a save.
And a score!
Bounces in.
She bounced it.
We saw that theme a couple of times in this game, Tom. The bouncer eluding Hannah Paradis.
Yep.
And it's 8-8.
8-8 with 3:34 to play.
They talk about the importance of face-offs in the Stanley Cup playoffs. Nothing's more important than face-offs in lacrosse, because you don't change up possession as often. And
right, exactly. Once you get possession, it takes a lot to lose it.
Right. So 3:34 to go. Who is going to get the next possession in the state championship game? And fans of both schools being heard here in the stands at Memorial, cheering on their teams. Lindsay Holt back out there against Sydney Lynch. Both these players will be back next season. Holt just a freshman. Lynch is a junior. They have not to move a muscle to the whistle. There it is. Lynch forces it, but Holt almost anticipating that. Gets the bounce. Looked like she got sticked in the face, but a hockey player mentality that she has, she keeps going.
Oh, Guertin, could they take the lead here with 3:19 to play? You got to bet there's going to be some timeouts that they've got in their pocket. Uh-oh, turnover at Bedford's got it.
Downfield they come. And the collision.
This reminds me of those biddy games.
Oh, yes.
Where you have the ball and all of a sudden everybody just piles on.
Attack the ball handler.
Attack the ball handler. Yep. Timeout. There's one of them right there. 3:01 to play. 8-8 to score. Doesn't get much more. No, I think somebody called it. Doesn't get much more than closer than this, does it?
They've played, I don't know, like 15 regular season games. They've played the 2-3 rounds of the playoffs to get to this point, and it all comes down to the final 3 minutes of the championship game to decide it. 8-8, Bedford against Bishop Guertin. Bedford, of course, in the white jerseys with the red numerals, and BG in the green, white, and yellow to the left. Sun is down. The lights are on here at Memorial High School on the turf field. It'll be Bedford ball on the restart with the next best chance to take the lead. Question is, will they just go for the next best shot right away, or will they try to kill off 2.5 minutes?
Boy, I'd love to. If I'm them, I'd just want to kill off all 3:01. Wouldn't you? Wouldn't you be tempted to do that?
go over to them?
No, just take the ball and just
Take the last shot?
Make sure you're the one with the last shot.
Yeah, I would be tempted to do that.
You know, I really would. Tough to do that.
It is tough to do because you're thinking every pass I make, I got to be perfect so I don't
Right.
throw the ball away.
Right.
Whereas if you just treat it like another offensive possession, you probably have a better chance to score the go-ahead goal. Tough call. Comes down to making plays and making shots in the last 3:01 of the state final. Restart. Brooke Burden changes direction, runs into a triple team. We got a foul against the Cardinals. Burden will get the ball back. Down the sideline she goes, gaining ground. Throws it on up ahead to Riley Cho in the corner. Staying with her was Sydney Todd. Now she switches off. Cho being marked by Abigail Hayhurst, being forced
Look at
away
this.
from the goal.
Good job by BG. Basically push her all the way out. But
Yeah, they call Emma Anderson for an infraction, so
Yeah,
she's
they
got to
just-
go behind
right.
Cho. 2:20 left to go, clock running. 8-8.
.88 to score, 2:06 to play. Whistle blows while we have the stoppage in play. Overtime, John Collins, is sudden death. First goal wins.
Wow.
It never used to be that way until I think the last couple of years. They changed the rule, which I think is good, you know.
As a sports writer?
Well, you know that.
Get out, yeah.
But I think you go back and forth. You know, you could be here forever.
I agree.
You know?
Too. Yeah.
I'd say, get that excitement going. That next goal wins.
Mackenzie Cho being
You're almost
marked
in that
by Emma
situation.
Anderson
Here,
in front.
look out!
Goal! Bedford
Give and
takes the
go.
lead.
Works again for Bedford, and they just think they've won it with 1:25 to play.
Hannah McCarthy with the goal for Bedford.
Look at that.
9-8 the score.
And now comes the biggest draw of the season for either team.
And Guertin's going to send the freshman back out there to take it. Lindsay Holt, who is a freshman
Doesn't play
on the
like
biggest
one.
stage,
Doesn't play
doesn't
like
play like
no,
one at
doesn't
all.
play like one at all. Didn't in hockey either.
No. Ready to take this draw against Sydney Lynch that could decide the season and the state championship. Here we go. 1:25 remaining. Bishop Guertin needs a goal to tie. Bedford needs possession to win. Loose ball, scooped away. And we have a foul. That was a play made by number 12, Amelia Piercy.
And she gets the ball back.
Terrific play by Amelia Piercy.
Well, you can tell how much Guertin wanted that draw, didn't you?
Oh, yeah.
With 3 players in there and Piercy jumping as high as she could to get it.
And she got it for a fraction of a second before she was fouled. The officials saw it. Bishop Guertin has it.
And now you see, I don't think you waste a lot of time. I think you've got to take that quick shot when you can.
Around the cage, Claire Donovan.
105.
Katie Lupo repelled. Donovan with it. Who is going to take this high-pressure shot?
Boy, I would say Santum, Lupo, or where's Keenan? She hasn't been around. Let's see where she is.
Circling Madison Keating up top. Lost for a second.
ground
Bedford
ball.
fans reacted, but
Holt.
Lindsay Holt has it.
Yep.
Double teamed.
Watch out now, Keating.
Keening. Shot. Goal!
Wow.
Kaylee Keenan ties it up.
She is heard from. How about that?
This game was not going to end without the senior, Kaylee Keenan.
38 seconds left. She gets the pass from Holt and she puts it away.
9-9. And Tom, I think the magic number in this game is whoever gets the 10th goal is going to win, whether it comes in regulation or, as you mentioned, sudden death overtime.
I think you're right.
Wow. Kaylee Keenan with the shot of the year. Amelia Piercy with the save of the year after Lindsay Holt's winning draw.
Again, it was another low shot.
Yep.
Bouncer, left corner.
That's the scouting report.
It's what we've seen.
Yep.
You know, that's where she's able to be beaten.
These two teams battling to the very end. Holt versus Lynch, the face-off.
Bedford's in shock right now. They thought they had it won.
Up in the air.
Bedford.
Bedford with it. 30 seconds, a half a minute left.
I don't waste any time. I try to put that ball on net as soon as I can.
And a stick check foul by Bishop Guertin on the ball handler, Mackenzie Cho.
Now, do you try a long distance shot or you try to be fine with it? Well, she's going to try to move in.
Mackenzie definitely wasn't.
Oh, she's got an opening. Look at this shot.
She was looking to pass the entire time.
Oh, man, she had the opening. Why not take the shot? You've got it clear. You've got a clear shot on Young. It's right there. Oh. If you're Bedford, you got to wonder about that.
Yeah.
You have to. Unless I'm missing something rule-wise that she couldn't shoot it. I don't think so.
Some players are just more comfortable passing than shooting.
Well, she was looking for the give-and-go play.
Yeah.
That's what she was looking for.
But suddenly the shot had opened up and she didn't recognize it. So 13 seconds left to go, 9-9. Bedford still has possession.
Oh, boy.
Mackenzie McEachern with it. Drops it in. Received in the middle. Shot
open
goes
net.
wide.
She had an open net and it bounced wide. That's unbelievable. She had the open net, and now they confer on the call.
It looks like Bedford's coach, Christine Hodgson, wants to.
No, that's the third official.
Oh, that was the third official. Yeah, I was going to say.
That's the official on the sideline.
Sideline official gets an explanation, not the Bedford coach. I think she's not allowed to go out there. But how about that, Tom? It's kind of a haunting play. I'm not going to harp on it, but
Bedford keeps possession with 5 seconds left.
Bedford still has possession.
You just put a shot as quickly as you can. Run out and turn around and shoot it. Run out, turn, shoot. Oh, gosh. They put 3. That's what the conference was. She's the official in terms of clock and everything else. They put 8 seconds left, 3 seconds left back on the clock. Too much time. You got to shoot it.
Behind the net it goes.
No, too many passes.
1 second, game over.
Regulation
over. Certainly not game over.
You've got to take that ball and run it right out.
Yeah.
Got to.
Yeah.
Too many passes.
And now we will go to sudden death overtime. We'll have a redraw.
Shot of the Manchester skyline there.
And it's going to be next goal wins the state championship game.
How about that, huh? I guess it's a fitting way.
Yeah, it's one of those games where you say it is going to be a tough game to lose.
It's a classic game.
Yeah.
But I'll tell you something, John. That last Bedford possession, they are going to think about that for a while.
You know, interesting, the shot was a bouncer. And it's almost like you practice that bounce shot so much, but in this instance, she didn't need to.
The goal was
she
wide
could have
open.
treated the goal like a teammate you're just passing to.
The goal was wide open.
Just throw a flip pass.
Soft flip shot.
Anything, right? Just right on
Get
line.
The goal.
Don't have to be anything special, right? And you know, to her, in her defense, you don't expect that in a championship game. 7 seconds left. You have an entire goal. I mean, you don't even dare dream of something like that. Oh, you know, to have that opportunity.
Kaylee Keenan comes up big in the regulation with that goal.
Yes.
You know, I said there's got to be one of 3 players shooting it, and Keenan was. I was wondering where she was.
I know.
You know, and
well, I mean, she might have been intimidated a little bit by the double and triple team that happened every time she touches the ball.
But you know, she plays from back. She's got to move in.
Yeah.
You know, and I was wondering on that possession where was she?
You ever get attacked by a swarm of bees as a kid? or even as an older guy
mowing
your lawn.
Not really,
that's what it looked like every time Kaylee Keenan got the ball in this game.
She
looked like she got attacked by a hornet's nest.
It certainly did.
Yeah, so she ended up taking a lesser role, but not when it counted the most. Ties it up 9-9.
Yep. Little chit chat here.
Yeah, between the two captains.
Talking, yep.
Yeah, Katie Lupo for Bishop Guertin and number 21, Emily O'Keefe for Bedford. 3 minutes left in the break between the periods here.
Just a fantastic game. They're about 12 games within the game in this one,
yes,
right?
Yes.
They really were.
Swings the momentum.
Oh, huge. Huge.
Bishop Guertin had a 4-0 lead when this game started. And I think it only took them like 8 minutes to get that 4-0 lead.
Yeah, it took them about 12 minutes to lose it.
So they've scored 5 goals since then, largely because Bedford has just stepped up their game dramatically. And certainly Bishop Guertin sees back momentum at the beginning of the second half. They were down by a goal, and they ended up going up by 2 right away. They ran off 3 goals, took a 7-5 lead, and Bedford came back to lead it 9-8. Kaylee Keenan with the dramatic game-tying goal to make it 9-9. Bedford with the opportunity to get a clincher.
Well, you know, you go to a girls lacrosse game in April or mid-April, and you see maybe 15, 20 people in the stands or whatever.
Yeah.
This is what they play for. It changes when you get to June. All changes. This is what they play for. A lot of fans in the stands, a lot of cheering, a lot of interest.
A lot of drama. Who scripted this thing?
I'm telling you, I don't know, but this is great drama. But another BG Bedford deal in a postseason in a sport.
Yes.
They meet all the time.
So we refocus in on the squared emblem.
The only other time they'd met this spring in a championship setting, tennis, girls tennis.
Oh.
Bedford won the girls tennis match by a score of 7-2, if I'm not mistaken.
Tom King, a New Hampshire high school sports historian.
Oh, no,
stores a lot of that stuff in his brain.
I was there. I didn't have to be.
Well, yeah, but you didn't forget.
Here we go. BG with a possession. Can they make the most of it?
Big possession to start sudden
death
overtime.
And a big ground ball pickup. Why was the hesitation on Bedford to not get that ground ball?
Right, and seizing the day.
Timeout BG, I think. Timeout BG, I want to call it.
Mary McGuire, number 18, with the big ground ball pickup, Tom. You're right. It was sort of an inexplicable hesitation. It was almost as if the two Bedford players thought it was you were going to take it.
Riley choked. I thought she'd go right at it. She was sitting right there looking at it. I thought she'd go right for it, and she backed up a little bit. Number 7. Had a clear chance. You know, maybe she was afraid of a collision and a big foul.
I think that's exactly what it was. And
but I just think you got to stick. You got to stick your
nose in there.
That's
the state championship laying on the ground.
Yeah, exactly. That ball is you know, that's the biggest diamond in the world. You got to grab it.
Exactly.
You know.
Yeah. You don't have to tell Ovechkin to seize the loose puck.
No.
The last in overtime.
How about that? They have a shot at the Stanley Cup.
Yeah, that's something. The Vegas Storybook season may be about to close. And that's interesting. And that's about the excitement level that I feel right now in this game.
It's just
anybody's to win.
It's captivating. It really is. And you know what? The boys' game on Saturday night with Guertin and Pinkerton should be this close as well.
Saturday night in Exeter at Bill Ball Stadium. (9-9) here. The next goal wins. Bishop Guertin has the ball. Tom, they've shown great ability to pick their spot, pick their shot, and finish off possessions with goals. Can they do it here in the most pressure-packed situation.
Well, they've had a
imaginable.
lot of time to go over it. They had 3 minutes in the break, and they had this timeout.
That's true.
So
Yeah.
they've had a lot of time to set up a play. And Bedford's had a lot of time to figure out their defense.
And it gives me time to notice that Emily Santham's one of the few players that actually uses gloves.
Yeah, you know, we haven't heard from her in this half that much.
Right.
They've switched their attention almost. It's almost, there she is right there, 14. They've switched their attention.
I would wear gloves too. Well, the boys wear them anyway, but
Yep. Some
like batting
players
gloves.
do it. Yeah, exactly. Here we go.
Perimeter passing
All
by
right,
Bishop
so
Guertin. Emily Keenan has it.
Kaylee Keenan
Keenan, excuse me.
in the middle now, forcing back out. She's going to cut.
To her right, shoots, scores! State
Keenan!
championship!
Wow!
Kaylee Keenan
And
for
where
the
was
win!
And where was that shot?
A ground ball shot.
A bouncer to the left corner.
They go to their senior who got the game-tying goal to make it 9-9.
And look at this. Bishop Guertin wins the state championship. John, I'm telling you right now,
KK finds a way, pure elation on the field.
back in April, I saw no way this team looked like a state championship team. They just didn't seem as though they had that confidence. You know, somehow they got it. You got to give the coach, Carrie, a lot of credit. She really, really, really reinforced a lot of things, didn't panic, and Guertin wins the Division I title. And John, for the second year in a row, Bedford goes down in a close state final. They lost to Sauhegan last year. They lost to Guertin this year. And the trophy stays in the greater Nashua area.
All right. It was in Sauhegan last year, and Bishop Guertin wins
Look
it this
at
year.
that.
And a disappointed Bedford team, no doubt, Tom. They had their chance to win this game a couple of times at least.
Unbelievable.
They'll be awarding the state championship trophy here
Wow.
at Memorial High School. Congratulations to the Bulldogs for another fantastic season.
So Kaylee Keenan, I think that was her third of the game. She got one early in the game, and then she was not heard from until the tying and winning goal. Congratulations to both teams. They played their hearts out. Bishop Guertin, Division I state champions for the 2018 girls lacrosse season.
That's Tom King. I'm John Collins, thanking our cameraman Tim O'Neill, our executive producer Pete Johnson, and our Bedford viewers for joining us on BCTV. This has been a Nashua ETV broadcast. 10-9, Bishop Guertin wins the state championship game. Good night from Memorial High School, everybody.
Hardy. Number 13, Hannah McCarthy. Number 14, Natalie Rago. Number 17, Chamberlain Bell. Number 18, Mary McGuire. Number 20, Ava Gaudette. Emily O'Keefe. Hope Wang. 23, Courtney Demity. 24, Jessica Rio. 25, Lauren Barnes. 26, Ella DiTomaso. 27, Rachel Noble. 30, Sydney Lynch. 54, Zoe Michaud. 42, Madison Graham. And number 31, Hannah Paradise. Congratulations once again to Bedford for an excellent game and a fantastic season. Congratulations to head coach Kerry Gobio of the Division I champion Bishop Guertin as they receive their state championship trophy. Now the players receive their individual plaques from the Division champions Bishop Guertin. First, number 1, Katie Lupo. Number 2, Emma Anderson. Number 3, Kennedy Wright. Number 4, Abigail Ahern. Number 5, Abigail Hayhurst. Number 7, Grace Lambert. Number 8, Hannah O'Neill Blake. Number 9, Isabella Sabero. Number 10, Madison Keating. Number 11, Allison O'Hara. Number 12, Amelia Piercy. Number 13, Lauren Lupo. Number 14, Emily Santom. Number 15, Claire Donovan. Number 17, Lindsay Holt. Piscucci. Number 20, Emma Boudreau. Number 21, Emma Hayhurst. Number 22, Katie Keenan. Number 23, Priscilla Bebo. Sophia O'Brien. And number 24, Grace Young. For that excellent season. The NHIaA would like to thank you for joining us for another great year of tournament competition. Please have a safe ride home.